Today I'm going to show you how to make a hearty, traditional Japanese stew that just happens to be plant-based. So stick around. Welcome back to No Recipes. I'm Mark Matsumoto and I'm here to show you how to elevate your everyday meals, so smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out. It's been a hot October and it's finally starting to feel like fall outside, so I think I'm going to start making some more soups and stews. Today we're going to be delving into the world of Shōjin Ryōri, or Buddhist monk food, to make a steaming pot of Kenchinjiru. Although most Japanese soups are made with a fish-based dashi broth, Kenchinjiru relies on mushrooms, veggies, and kelp for its flavor and umami. With loads of tofu and edamame, it's a protein-packed one-pot meal that's delicious with a bowl of rice. Sound good? Let's get started. Our ingredients are dried shiitake mushrooms, konbu or kelp, firm tofu, vegetable oil, sake, brown sugar, salt, and soy sauce. Go ahead and check the description down below for the quantities. For veggies, I'm using daikon, carrots, gobo or burdock, Japanese taro, shelled edamame, and some mitsuba for garnish. The first thing you want to do is give the dried shiitakes a quick rinse to remove any loose debris. You don't want to overdo this or you're gonna lose all their flavor. Add the cleaned shiitakes and konbu to a bowl and pour over 3.5 cups of boiling water. This is gonna make a flavorful plant-based stock that can be used in place of fish-based dashi broth in almost any Japanese dish, including miso soup. Now we just need to let these steep for about 20 to 30 minutes to rehydrate and flavor the broth. Let's prep the veggies while we wait. For the daikon, you want to peel a fairly thick layer off of it to get rid of any stringy bits, so I usually do this with a knife. Then I'm gonna halve it, quarter it, and slice each quarter into bite-sized pieces. The goal here is to cut softer things larger and the harder things smaller, so that everything cooks through in about the same time. For the carrots, I'm gonna peel it, quarter it lengthwise, and then I'm gonna chop those carrot sticks up. For vegetables that oxidize, you want to prepare some acidified water to keep them from discoloring. I've added some citric acid to this, but lemon juice or vinegar will work as well. Now I'm gonna peel the burdock. You can see it starting to brown already, so I'm gonna plunge this into the acidified water as soon as I'm done peeling it. Then I'm gonna use a sharp knife to whittle the gobo back into the acidified water. I'm just holding the blade of the knife at a 20-degree angle to the taproot and shaving off a piece with each stroke. Be sure to rotate the burdock with every stroke so your shavings end up roughly the same size. This fun technique is called sasagaki in Japanese, and it works with any long, thin vegetable. For the taro, I'm gonna peel them with a peeler. Then I'm gonna slice them into relatively thick slices. Despite being hard when raw, this root vegetable cooks relatively quickly, so they'll fall apart if you cut them too thinly. Okay, our shiitake and konbu stock is ready, so I'm just gonna squeeze out any extra stock from the mushrooms and save that konbu for something else. I'm gonna remove and discard the tough stems from the mushrooms, and then we can chop them up into bite-sized pieces. The last thing we need to prep is the tofu. I've got a clean cotton cloth here that I'm gonna go ahead and drop the tofu in, and then I'll gather up the edges and wring out as much liquid from the tofu as I can. This gives the tofu a more meaty texture while crumbling it up. Okay, it's time to start cooking. I've got a pot over medium-high heat that I'm gonna add the vegetable oil to. Then I'm gonna add the daikon, carrots, gobo, and shiitake. Give these a quick stir fry to burn off any moisture from the surface of the vegetables. Then we're gonna add the brown sugar and continue to saute the vegetables until they're very fragrant. That's smelling incredible, so I'm gonna add the sake and boil the mixture until it no longer smells like alcohol. Now we're gonna add the shiitake and konbu stock. Be sure to leave the last bit of stock along with any sediment in the bowl because it can contain some grit. Then I'm gonna add the taro to the Kenchinjiru and season it with soy sauce and salt. Let's go ahead and speed this up until it comes to a boil. You can see there's some foam floating to the surface, which I'm gonna go ahead and skim off with a spoon or a flat ladle. Now we just need to turn down the heat and let everything simmer until the vegetables are super tender and the flavors have had a chance to get acquainted. I usually let this cook for about another 20 to 30 minutes. Be sure to give it a stir every now and then to check on the liquid and ensure the veggies cook through evenly. If there isn't enough soup to cover everything, go ahead and add some more water. Through the magic of editing, this Kenchinjiru is looking perfect, so it's time to finish it off with the tofu and edamame. These ingredients are cooked already, so we just need to stir them in and heat the soup through. Looks pretty good, right? And let me tell ya, it smells unbelievable. Okay, let's get this ladled up. Although it's technically a soup, the ample protein from the edamame and tofu, as well as the sheer bulk from the vegetables, make this closer to a stew. So I'm just gonna call it a stoop. Let's garnish this with a sprig of mitsuba, and it's good to go. Whether you're vegan, pescatarian, or a die-hard carnivore, Kenchinjiru is a hearty soup that's comforting and delicious in all the right ways, and it'll keep you warm on even the coldest of days. I usually serve Kenchinjiru with a bowl of rice, but it's equally good with noodles, or a crusty hunk of bread if that's how you like to roll. I've made a really traditional Kenchinjiru today. But it's a flexible dish that works with any vegetable that you may have in the fridge, like potatoes or butternut squash or turnips or even Brussels sprouts. It's also worth noting that although onions would make this taste really good, I usually avoid them for this dish because members of the allium genus are forbidden in strict Buddhist diets. If you enjoyed watching this, it would mean so much to me if you'd leave this a thumbs up. And while you're down there, drop me a note in the comments, even if it's just to say hi. Also, if you have any vegan friends, or a friend that just loves a good soup, send them a link to this video so they can try it too. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching to the end, and I'll catch you in the next one. Check us out on Instagram at No Recipes.